All right, so let's see how we're going to do it. So mostly we're going to be dealing with text, image, card, and then shapes. Okay, in creating a report, or what some people refer to as dashboards. Okay, so for that, let me create a new page over here. We have page 1 here. I'm just gonna click on this plus sign here to create another page over here, right? And then over here, we're going to use text, images, and shapes. Okay, so you can go to insert, and then when you go to insert, you should be able to see text box and all these things over here, right? So now we're going to start with text. Okay, so let me click on text box over here, and then you can see that it appears over here. So I'm just gonna type in something. Let me type in the data that we're using is called AdventureWorks. So I'm just gonna type in AdventureWorks. Let's say we are building a report for AdventureWorks data over here, right? You can increase the size if you want. Right, let me increase it to say 32. Let me reduce it a bit. I mean, you can just play around these things as you want, right? Okay, so that's the title that I'm going to give over here, right? You don't need to mind the squeaky line. If you want, you can just separate it so that you just get away from it. All right, now what I need to do next is that I want to add some logo over here, right? So I can go to image, and then I'll get the image, right? But right now I don't have any image over there, right? So what I want to do is that I'm going to go to Google, right? And then download some images over there to use, right? So let me go here, and then I'm just gonna search for, say, AdventureWorks logo, right? AdventureWorks logo, something like that. Let's see if I will have it. So let me go to images, and let's see. Not really. Let's just pretend to choose one of them as their logo, right? So let's say this is their logo. Let's just choose that one and see. Right, so I'm just gonna copy it, right click, copy the image, and I want to remove the background. So I'm just gonna go to remove background, right? I think this should work. So yeah, this one should work. All right, then I'm just gonna paste it over there, right? And then I can now download it. Okay, so it's gonna be there. Let's open it. Let me we can rename it or just leave it, and then let's go back to let's go back to our Power BI, and then now I can go to image, and where did we download it to? Let's see. Let's go and see where we downloaded this thing to. So here I'm just gonna go to my downloads. Okay, so I need to go to network, Mac, home, downloads, blah 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 blah. Let's see, or maybe let me just copy this one to my desktop to make it easier. To desktop. So now if I go to desktop, it will be there. So let's go here and then go to desktop, and then I can easily pick it. Okay, so that's the image that we are going to use. Let's see how it is. I don't really see this image to be nice. Let me just go and then get a different image over there, right? Or maybe let me download it like that without, let me see if there's some which is more. Let's go back. Let me see this one and see. This is not bad, right? Let's copy and go remove the background and see how it's gonna look. Let's download it. Put it on desktop. Let me go back here, and then I'm going to delete this one. And let's go and bring this one here. Okay, I think this one makes sense, right? All right, so let's say this is it, right? Let's say this is our logo over there, right? So now what I'm going to do is to bring in some card, right? Let's go and bring in some card. So I mean, there's different visualizations over here which you can use to build your report or build your dashboard. Okay, but first let's start with a card. Okay, and I'm gonna put it over here, and now I'm going to drag and drop the sales measure that we created. Okay, that's it. And let's make it a little bit smaller, something like that, right? And then I'm just going to copy, or maybe let's see, this should work, right? Then let's push it here a bit. All right, then I'm just gonna copy and paste it, let's see, about 3 times or 4 times, let's see, something like that. So I need to resize it a bit, right? Let me reduce the size by going here, and then I'll go to size, and then here I'll reduce the size and see. Okay, that's fine for me. So I'm just gonna get rid of all these, gonna remove it. Okay, I want the size to be the same as this, so I'm gonna copy and paste it so that the size will be the same. I wouldn't have to redo all of them. Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to now bring in the other measures that we created, right? We have budget, we have sales, and then we have one more, we have variance and variance percentage. Okay, so I'm going to bring them here as respectively. So let me click on this one, and then here I'm going to bring in, let's bring in the budget first. Right, let's bring in the budget here. Okay, so it changes to the budget respectively. Okay, making sure that budget also displays, sales displays, and then let's bring in the variance. No, let's go and click on it to make it active, and we bring in the variance. You see where I'm dropping it? Okay, I'm dropping it here so that it's gonna replace it. All right, then drag it down a bit. Okay, and lastly, let's go and click on this and bring in the variance percentage. Let's replace it. So let me rearrange them nicely over here. Just gonna reduce the size a bit, then I can put it over there. All right, so this is what I have for these ones, right? Okay, so I have the sales budget and then variance and various percentage. Okay, so now you see that they are there nicely. So what I'm going to do next is to bring in a shape. Okay, so I'm gonna get rectangle over here, right? I'm just gonna stretch it a bit, and let's see, I can go to the shape over here, and you can change the shape from here if you don't want, right? And you can also change the rounded corners, right? If you want the corners to be rounded, you can change it over here, and you can rotate it if you want, right? You can change the style, right? If you have fill here, you can change the color, you can change the transparency, right? So for instance, let's increase the transparency a bit, right, to something like, say, let's do it, make it very transparent, right? And then maybe the color too, let's change it to something like that. Okay, something like that. And then let's see, I think the color, I would like something like this. Okay, something like that. And let's see, the border, I can also change the border to the width, right? I can change it to 0 so that there won't be any border over there, right? So I mean, you can just play around it to whatever that you like. Once I do that, I'm going to now go to format, okay, and I'm going to go to send back. Okay, send back, or maybe let me do send to back. Right now, once I do that, I come here and then put it over here and then resize it nicely, something like that, right? But I want to, let me go to the style and then the transparency. Let me try to increase it a bit and see. Okay, so I think that's fine. 82 is okay. So let's see. That's fine for me, right? So this is what I want to do. So now let's add some chart over here, right? So I'm gonna go to let's start with bar chart over here, right? So just see the one that you prefer, and then you can just choose, okay, any of them. We have stack bar chart, we have stack column chart, and so on, right? We have waterfall chart, right? So you can just go through and then, I mean, or maybe just try them and see, right? So maybe let me try this one, clustered column chart, or maybe stacked chart, something like that. Let me try this one and see how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna drag and then drop the sales measure into that. Okay, let me straighten it a bit, and then also I'm gonna drag the budget. I'm gonna drag the budget over there, right? So this is what I have so far, right? And you can see them over here. You can see x-axis, and then you can see the sales and budget over there, right? Now on the y-axis, let me drag and then drop category over here, right? So I'm going to drag and drop the product category over there, right? Now you can see how it is. You can see that we are able to do it based on the category: accessories, bikes, and then clothing. Okay, and you can see how it has been drilled down. But let me even add the subcategory. Okay, let's drag and drop the subcategory as well, right? Now, if we drag and drop the subcategory, you won't really see any much difference over here, right? What that helps you to do is that you can actually drill down. Okay, so you can see there are some buttons over here, right? Let me right click on this one, and then you can see that we can drill down and or maybe show as table and so on and so forth. I'm gonna click on drill down, and you'll see what happens. You see what is going to happen. It's going to drill down to the basic, subcategories that we have over there, right? You can see all the subcategories that we have. Okay, and you can see them based on the sales and then budget right here. Okay, I can also sort this one by order. If I go here, if I click on this three dot, and then you will see that we have sort as X. Okay, and then you can sort it based on, just say, the category, right? Something like that. Or sort as descending, sort ascending, by sales, by budget. Okay, so right now it's sorting by sales, and then it's sorting in descending order. So you can change that if you want. Okay, now if I click on sort by category, you see how it is sorting. Okay, see how it is sorting. Then I can maybe do sort, maybe using ascending, something like that. Okay, you see how it is done. So I mean, you can just do it the way that you want. You can explore that one by yourself. And then you can simply right click again, and then instead of drill down, you can drill up. Okay, if you want, you can just drill up, and then you come back to the same way that it was. Okay, but you can also notice that the numbers over here changes as well. Okay, if I go to drill down, right, if I drill down again, right, you see that the numbers update respectively, right? If I drill up, right, even if you click on one, you see that the individual sales budget variance and the variance percent actually shows over there. Now it's showing it only for bike racks. If I click on, say, bike stands, it's also going to show for that. If I click on, say, helmet, it's going to show it for helmet. Okay, if I click on, say, tires and tube, it's going to show it for that. Okay, right. I can also do I can draw them up, and then you can see the entire thing over there based on accessories, bikes, and category. Okay, so you see how easier it is.